Hello. Good day, everyone. Thank you for coming into this YouTube channel, Trade Life with Precise Trader. Today is 23rd of June and Asian session. Do take note of the risk disclosure. Day trading in foreign exchange is risky. Past results are not indicative for future returns. The content on this webinar is mainly educational purpose. Use your information entirely at your own risk, and you must assess the risk of your trade with your broker before you put in your trades. So with that, we move on to our live analysis and trades. So here we are okay. The key data that's going to be out today. Okay, we are getting all the flash PMI from the Euro, Germany, what else, pound, and from the US, and also we also have a existing home sales. Then tomorrow we have a Canadian CPI. Then we have a BOE governors talking, followed by the Fed chairman testifying, and CB consumer confidence and Richmond manufacturing index. Then on Wednesday we have a Australian CPI and Fed chairman Powell testifying again, then followed by new home sales from the US. Then we have on the 26th, Thursday, we have a BOE governor talking. Then we get a US final GDP, core durable goods and orders. Then we also have a pending home sales from the US. Then finally, Friday, we have a Canadian GDP core PCI price index from the US, and from the US revised UOM consumer sentiment. So we have a couple of datas that is out this week. So, but of course, I think the focus should be the Fed chairman testifying for 2 days. That should be the one of the key data that we should be looking for. Then also do take note that over the weekend US has struck Iran. Okay, so that is also the news that is going to be driving. So if this kind of thing happens, okay, you should be very careful, because it's a news driven, and sometimes whenever we get news, we might get spike on either side. So that is going to be a bit difficult. Then we also took this morning, we took a trade based on the US strike. Okay, based on the US strike, we took a trade, but we got stopped out, and we are trying to look for re-entry. Okay, overall, I think we are beginning the week, because last week was a bit of a down week for us. So now this week, I think we got to fight back and get back on track. Then as far as this currencies is concerned, okay, we are seeing a bit flat. Dollar yen is up about 40 pips from the open. Okay, dollar yen is up 40 pips. Then Aussie is down 30 pips. Canadian is down up about 20 pips. So overall, I think the range we are looking at is about 20 to 40 pips movement. Okay, so let's move on to our analysis for the week. Then we will try to put in the trades based on the week. Then we should be able to move forward. So let's start off with euro dollar. Okay, euro dollar. Okay, this is trading within a weekly, and this is a congestion within a weekly. Between the range we're looking at is 116 to 11440, and if 11440 breaks, then we can expect 11380 or lower. The only clue is, okay, we are seeing lower highs, so we should be seeing high for the week not beyond 11550 or 11560. Okay, so this is for the high for the week. So compare it to the daily. Okay, daily, I think the high, we should not see the price going above 80, 85. Then I'm not. We have to see whether the 11440 breaks. Then we can see 11380 or lower. So as far as the high is concerned, I think 115, 50, 11580 should be the level we are expecting for the week. So looking at this hourly, we still have more room for the price to break lower. Okay, still have price to look lower. And I think for this week, we should see 11380. Of course, if we don't get any surprises from the Middle East, the war tensions and all, so then we should be able to see this level. So how we can trade? Okay, we can go for a 2 or 3 tier entry. Okay, looking at this, as I told you, that 11540 or extension of this level, which is 11575, should be the high for the week. Then as far as the target is concerned, we should see 11380. Okay, 11380. So now, how can we play this game? So we will go for a 3 tier entry. Okay, first is the stop loss has to be 11620 as an aggressive stop, and 11595 as a conservative stop. Okay, so then followed by the price moving lower. Okay, so now we can go for 3 tier entry. Okay, the 3 tier entry is selling at 11520 or 11540. But since this is we can be in the trade, so we'll try to go on 11520, 11575. Then final maybe 11595, or we can go on 11520, 45 and 75, this 3 tier entry. So let's go into this trade. Okay, looking at euro, okay, we are going to sell. Okay, sell 0.3 at 11520, and for that we will put a tight stop. Okay, somewhere above the previous high, which is 11585. Okay, 11585. Then the TP, we should be expecting the current low to break, and if it breaks, then we should be seeing 11420 and 11380. So we will put our target as a conservative 11420. Okay, and this is today's trade. Okay, because this is going to be only for today. Okay, we are selling at 11520, stop at 11585, TP at 11420, and this is a day trade. Then the next trade we are going to go for a sell at 115.45. Okay, 115.45, and this one we will put it as 115.95 as top, and this is the TP is 11380. Okay, and this one 115.45 also we will put the expiry. Okay, we'll put the expiry at for today. Okay, we'll put the expiry for today, and the TP should be 11380, and this is half lot. Okay, this is half lot. Then finally we will put in sell, okay, either 0.75 or 0.75 or 1. Okay, this is 115.80 and stop 116.20, TP 11380. Okay, and this is a GTC trade. Okay, GTC means we will hold for at least for the week. Okay, so we have 3 trades, 3 tier entry for euro, selling at 115.20, 115.45 and 115.80. So next, let's move on to our next trade, which is the pound. Okay, the pound, looking at the weekly, okay, weekly and even monthly, okay, it looks like price has seen a top. Okay, we have seen the price as top, so we expect the price to test 11380 and expect that to break towards 13280 and 13230. Okay, these are the 2 levels of target we can expect for the week. Okay, okay, 13320 and 13230. Okay, that is going to be our 3330, 3230. Yeah, okay, and or even maybe 32. Okay, further down. Okay, so so take down, our target is going to be 13280 and 13230, or maximum is 13140 for this week. So since we are expecting the low to break, we should see the high, lower high. So the lower high we can expect, okay, we can expect the price to be the high at 13515 and 13530. So not more beyond that this level. So expect the price to move lower. So now we see into the hourly. Hourly is also saying that this low has to break. We should see the price heading towards 13250 and 13140. This is based on the chart. So now let's decide on the stop. Okay, the stop, we can go for a conservative stop. Okay, conservative stop at 135.25 and aggressive stop at just now I saw was 135.35. Okay, 135.20 and 135.35. 25, yeah, 25 and 40 should be our stop. So taking a trade, we should be taking an entry at 134.70, 134.70 and 135.05. Okay, 135.05. This level should be the two types of entry. Okay, maybe we can go on. Give me a minute. 134.70 is only 15 pips. So then we'll put as 135. So 134.70 as one stop. Sorry, 134.70 as one entry. Then 135. Okay, we go for two-tier entry. Okay, what we can do, we can go at 34.50 because your current day high is 34.5. So we can go for 34.50, 34.80 and 35. Okay, we'll go on three-tier entry. Okay, so sell 0.3, 34.50. So the one we will put a stop at 35.05 above the second entry. And TP we will go for 33.80. Okay, conservative 33.80. Okay, expiry today. This is the we are going for a three-tier entry. Yeah, so 34.50, stop 35.05, TP at 33.80. Then we are going to go for another trade at 34.80. Stop 35.30. TP, this one we'll put at 33.30. Okay, this is also today's trade. Okay, this is also today's trade. So this is 34.5, 35, 34.80. Then TP at 33.30. Okay, so this is the second entry. The third entry, we will go for 0.75 at 35.05 and stop 35.45 and TP, this we will go for 32.5. Okay, and this is a GTC trade. Okay, so this is going to be the second third tier entry, and this will be the final level because the high for the week we are expecting below 35.10 or sorry 35.20. So we should not see the price going above this level. Okay, the next trade we are going to look for is dollar yen. The next trade we are going to look for dollar yen. The dollar yen, we are going to see what should be our trade plan. Okay, so looks like, okay, the dollar yen looks like market may have seen the low, and price is expected to test 48.40, and if it breaks, we should see the price heading towards 150.40 and 151. Okay, so that should be our target, provided 148.65 breaks. Then on the low side, okay, on the low side, 48.65, 50.35. So register these two levels. Then on the low side, we may have seen the low for the week. Okay, at 146.01. Okay, that should be the low for the week. But even if it breaks, then we don't see the price going below 145.70 or 145.10. So that should be our stop loss. Our stop loss is 145.90, 145.70, 145.05. Okay. Then we see here on the hourly, it is in a trading range between 146 and 146.80. So expect this level to break, and we should see the price at least towards 147.80 and 148.80. So how we can play this with the tight stop? Okay, we'll try to enter on two or three tier entry. Okay, so we'll try to go for 146.40. 146.40, and 146.10. Okay, 146.10. And TP is 147.80 and 148.65. These are the two levels of entry. Okay, we will go on two tier entry. Buying, we'll go on 0.3, 146.40, stop 145.90, and TP is 147.80. Okay, 147, can put it as 147.60. Condition is 46.80 has to break. Okay, so this is your first entry, 46.40, 45.90, 47.60. Then the next one is we'll go on half lot, 46.05 or 46.10, and 45.70 stop, and this one we will go for 48.60. Okay, this is your second entry. Buying at 46.10, stop at 45.70, TP at 48.60, and this is valid for the week, but actually we are only putting in for as a day trade, so later we will still do the adjustments. Okay, the next trade we are going to look for is dollar Swiss. Then finally we go into gold. Okay, so for the dollar Swiss, what we have seen is the price action is telling us this market has dropped, so now it's trying to find the bottom, and hopefully either it should be in this trading band for a week, or once it breaks the high we should see the price heading towards 83.40. Okay, so that should be our plan, and the low is concerned, it should be above 80 85 as low. So when we look into the daily, so we have 81.35, and target we look for 82.70, 83.05, 83.40. Remember earlier on was 83.40. Okay, so looking at this is a congestion in the hourly, so very slow movement is expected, but I think eventually this should break the high. Okay, so looking at this again, remember our stop loss was 80.85, so below this. So now what we are going to do is we are going to go for a buy at 81.50 and extension of this level, which is 81.25. Okay, 81.25. So we have two entries, 81.50, 81.20. Then this 81.20 will put a stop at 80.85. Then the TP, expect this high to break. Once it breaks, we can see 82.70 or 83.05 or 83.40. So 82.70. So look for 82.65 and 83.05. Okay. So let me give the order for this 81.50, stop at 81.10. Okay, 10 below this. Okay, let's move back. Okay, dollar Swiss. This is only a two tier entry. So buying at 81.50. That stop will put it as 81.05 and TP 82.60, and this is a day trade. Okay. So we have given a dollar Swiss buying at 81.50, stop at 81.05, TP at 82.60. Then we have one more buying 0.5 at 81.20. Okay, 81.20, or maybe we'll put as 81.15. 15. This one, remember the stop has to be 80.85. 80.85. And this one, the TP is either 82.60 or 83.05. Okay, and this one we can put in a GTC order. Okay, this is a GTC order. That means it's a half lot, and this trade will wait for the week. So overall, I just repeat all the orders for the currencies for today and for this whole week. Okay, this whole week. So we have euro. We have three tier entry, 0.3, 0.5, 0.75, buying at 115.20, 115.45, sorry, selling at 115.20, 115.45, 115.80, and we have three different stop loss level and two TP levels, or we can always change it after the order is filled. Pound, we have a three-tier entry selling at 34 half, 34.80, 35.05, three-tier stop loss, and three different TP levels. Dollar Swiss, we have a two-tier entry buying at 81 half and 81.15, exit at 82.60 and 83.05. Stop loss is also two different levels, so we don't have much confusion on this. Then the dollar yen, we have two tier entry, 1 point buying at 46.40 and 46.10. Okay, stop. This is first one is about 50 pips, second one is about 40 pips. TP is also respective level. Okay, so all this. So take note that when we give an order, okay, we pay attention to entry, exit, stop loss, volume, then expiry. So all the third entry is all valid for the week. So that means we are going for a swing trading and day trading, and we have not done scalping yet because scalping is ad hoc, and we will just focus on this. So we'll just put in this order, then we would see how we manage this, and we will see what is the outcome. Okay, now next let's go on to sorry, I'm not sorry. I'm showing the wrong screen. Okay, let me repeat this again. Sorry, let me repeat this again. Okay, euro, we have three tiers entry, selling order. Okay, 0.3, 115.20, 115.45, 115.80. Stop loss is different level. So what I would suggest is you take a screenshot. Okay, we can take a screenshot, so at least you are pretty clear what we do. I mean, of course, the trade managed once the order is filled or before the order is filled, we might need to do some adjustments. That's where, as a trader, when you sit in the driver's seat, is expected to do. So you got to put in, and you got to manage the trade. So sometimes we need to adjust the entry level, sometimes we need to adjust the stop loss levels, sometimes we need to adjust the exit levels, and also sometimes we may need to cancel it, because sometimes some news happens, sometimes one order get triggered, losing. So these are the things you need to take note, and you need to get yourself prepared. If you are a trader, you have to do this. But if let's say you don't have time to manage, then what I would suggest is you just concentrate on one or two instruments. Don't concentrate all, then it becomes a disaster, especially if you are not able to adjust the levels and manage the trades. Okay, I think now the screen, I've made it bigger. I hope I'm pretty clear. You see everything is clear now. Even my voice is also, I think, should be very clear as well. Okay, now let's move on to the gold. Okay, gold is a bit tricky. Okay, gold is a bit tricky. Then we got to see, because the gold, the Middle East, over the weekend, US has striked Iran. Okay, so now we are waiting for Iran to retaliate. Okay, most likely they may retaliate, and now they are trying to compromise. The US is trying to get China, because China and Iran are allies. So they are trying to pull in China to do a negotiation, so that we'll try to come to an end. But anyway, I'm just letting you know. Okay, we also look in other factors, and also I'm just letting you know that by 22nd of July, okay, before 22nd of July or somewhere 22nd of July that week, we are expecting a major disaster in the world to happen. Okay, so of course, if it happens, then I'll explain to you at that time how we managed to do it, and how we are doing it. But just take note, next month before 22nd, and that's the date we have picked up, because 22nd is supposed to be not good for the earth. So there might be either a world war coming in, or a big earthquake, or a tsunami, or even something like COVID. But I'm not sure. But most likely, but what we are seeing that is happening now looks like there is a World War III going to break out soon. Okay, because I personally feel, because the reason is because ever since US implemented the tariffs, I think there's a lot of government, they are not in favor of the US, and they are showing some happiness, unhappiness. So, and this might trigger something. Okay, nobody knows, but just count that date, that 22nd of July, next month. Within that week or before that, we might see something happening, and it's going to be like a lot of lives has been going to taken. So that is something we just want to share with you, our knowledge, and if it happens, then of course we will tell you how we are able to do that. Okay, now anyway, coming back to gold. Okay, gold is tricky. In fact, today morning, because when the US strike, we were expecting this Iran to retaliate, and in fact, this morning we went for a buy, because when the market opened, there was a gap up, because previously the market closed, and today morning there was a gap up open, and we was expecting the price to go higher. But the only problem is we did not put the TP. So that's a mistake we did. But of course, it did not go up. I think after that, the market really came off. So I think no regrets, because even if you put if I put TP, then if it gets filled and turned, then I think we would be happy. But unfortunately, we also didn't put TP. But we woke up early in the morning. We put in this order, but the order was filled and got stopped out. It's only about $4, $4 to $5. So I think no regrets on this, because we were expecting this gap to get filled. So since now market is showing, you see what is happening to gold is technically, okay, technically it is showing weakness. Okay, meaning to say the market is expected to do some correction and expect the price to come off technically. Sorry. Okay, so technically market is expected to show weakness, but fundamentally or geopolitical tension, based on that, market price is expected to go up. So we have two conflicts here, so we got to be very careful, and we got to play the game in a very safe manner. Otherwise, we will be losing money unnecessarily. So that's the thing you got to take note. So now, based on the technical, market has seen a temporary high on the weekly, and right now this is showing a congestion, and we should see the price. In fact, it broke the previous week low, and if it continues, then it is expected to test 3295 or extension of this level, which is 3320 and this 3295. So these are the three levels of extension we are expecting. Okay, but based on the daily, okay, market broke previous day low, and now it is pulling back into a congestion on the daily. So which is a trading range on the or trading range, trading band, or congestion on the daily. So now when we look into the 6 hour hourly, since market has come down, we had a pullback and this has failed here. So this pattern suggests that the low is still not seen yet and we should see the price moving lower. Okay, but the problem here is the geopolitical tensions. If Iran strikes, then we might get a spike up. So that's the thing. Nobody knows when they are going to strike, or whether they are going to strike, or whether they are not going to strike. That one nobody knows. So we got to be very careful on that. So now, finally, when we come into uh, the the 15-minute, okay, so that we feel that we feel that the uh, the high is seen here and expect this low to break. And as of now, we feel that the correction is not over yet, but it will be soon over. So there is a 50-50 chance. This might be the low, or we may see the price breaking this low and and going towards an extension of 3325, 3320 and 3305. So now how are we going to play the game? Okay, so what we will do is we will do a very cautious approach. So first we need to know the stop loss. Okay, we need to know the stop loss. Okay, the stop loss is 74, 75, 75, okay, 71 and 75 as a conservative stop loss. Okay, then if it breaks, then we might see the price pushing towards 80, 82 and 87. Okay, so it's a bit very tricky on this instrument or this market, and we got to be very careful on this. So now, how can we trade this? Okay, we have another half an hour of this time to finish, and we should see the price after the next few hours. We should see the price moving lower, but it should be within a trading band until the low 40 breaks. Okay, this low 40 is actually, it happened on Friday low. Okay, so let's have a very cautious approach on this. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to sell in 2-tier entry. So we will try to go for 62. Okay, 62 sell, and for that we need to put a tight stop. So the tight stop, the least I can give you is, okay, 75 is our, let's take that as the next level of stop. Okay, so now we will put the stop at 71 or 69 half. That should be our stop loss. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to go for a very small lot size. Okay, so we'll try to go for a sell because we feel that the high is seen and we expect this low to break. If we are right, then we can go for this trade. So what we will do is we will try to go for a conservative TP and conservative entry. So we will go for a TP at 48 half. Let me double check. I think, yeah, 48 or 50, 53 is a very small TP. So what we will do, we will go for a sell, okay, 0.2. Okay, 0.2 at 62 62 half. Then stop either 69 half. I think we'll go for 69 half, it's because I don't want to take a very big risk on this. Then the TP will go for either 53 or 48. Okay, so this is the entry we are trying to go for as the first entry. Okay, let me also key in another system. Just give me a minute. 10. Okay, so another entry we can go for is selling at, we'll go for 0.3 because the things are not very clear, so we'll go for 0.3, and that one we will go for a sell at 67 half. And the stop, this one has to be 70. 70, we'll put it as 72 half. Actually 75 should be the level, but I think we'll put it as 72 half, and the TP we will go for a further level. Nothing happens, then we would go for a further level, which is earlier on I said was 30. Okay, let me see. 48, and I think we saw further weakness. Okay, maybe at 30, 33, 30. We just put in, but later we will see if there is any adjustments to be made, then we will go for. Okay, so our order is filled. In fact, we got it at 280. We gave it 2 half, but we got it at 280. So this one we can exit either at 53 or 48. These are the two levels of exit which we are looking at. Okay, so this is up to you to decide how do you want to exit. And of course, the strength we are expecting, we are not expecting the strength another 25 minutes. Then after that, we should see the market coming off. So we just have to wait for another 25 minutes to see whether we would be getting that 67 half filled, and either we get the 67 half filled, then we may see the price coming down, or both may get stopped out. But so what we will do is we will go for another buffer entry. Okay, another buffer entry, since market is very uncertain and not giving us a clue of where it's heading. Okay, so the next entry would be okay, the stop the stop has to be either 98 or 84 half. This should be your conservative stop loss. Okay, this should be your conservative stop loss, 84 and 98. Okay, let me check on the system. Yeah, about 80, 84 is fine. Okay, 84 is fine. At then we got to see if, let's assume, the price breaks this price, then we have a resistance level at 74, 78. Okay, 74 and 78. These are the next resistance level. So let's say so we should be going for a sell near 78 or 80 half. That should be our selling level, and the stop loss should be above this level, which is 85 or 86 half. Okay, above 85 or 86. So what we will do is we will go, because since there is an uncertain, again, this is a thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to increase a big volume on this. So I'll go for still 0.3, and I'll try to go for a sell at 80 half. And stop at 86 half, and TP 86. If it's 86, then we should exit 80 half. We should exit before 68. Okay, 68 or 70. 68 or 70. So maybe I will try to exit at 70 half. So this is my buffer entry. Okay, buffer entry meaning to say that in the event, if let's say market moves against due to some reasons, or maybe that extension is further than we expect, then we may see the price turning from this level. So we should just put in at this buffer level. Okay, so for those of you who are coming in first time, okay, so what I just want to tell you is, okay, our entries exit, okay, we are taking trades, okay, we are able to give in trades, and we are able to give in trades on a specific approach. Okay, and the approach is mainly we focus on the trend direction, and entry, exit, stop loss, holding period, trading lot size. Then all this plays a very important role. Okay, so what we want to see is, okay, in short, we should not miss any opportunity. So that's one thing we need to take note. Second is, when we are trading, we should trade with confidence, okay, not emotion controlling. So that's another thing we need to take note. And also remember that when we make, we should be making the sorry, when we make, when we lose the least, and when we make, we should be making the most. So this are all these rules, that has to be taken into consideration, especially when you want to trade for a living, and when you want to uh, 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 especially you want to trade for a living. Okay, so I think that's about it. But actually, I can give more orders, but I don't want to start off with too many orders, because there's two things that is going to implement this week, or this focus will be for this week. One is, of course, the Fed chairman giving a talk. That's one. Second is, of course, the Middle East tensions. So we cannot be putting in too many orders, especially during times of uncertainties. So, and of course, we are playing the game by the rules. Okay, we are playing the game by the rules, and we stick to our rules at all times, so we don't get. And how you should be playing the game. Okay, that's another thing I want to also tell you. Okay, now see, we have taken a gold sell at 62.80, and our target is, I told you, either 48 or 53. Okay, so you have two other targets. You see, always we are trying to get an entry at a very precise levels. So sometimes we may get at very precise levels. Sometimes we may get the entry and get stopped out, and the market start to turn at that levels, or sometimes it may go on extension, then eventually turn. So overall, our view should be right on most of the time. Okay, the view should be right most of the time. The only thing is the entry and stop loss is the one that is going to be changed, or can vary. Okay, so now we have taken this trade. So now, how do we maximum capitalize on this trade? Okay, how do we maximum capitalize? That means when we are maximum capitalize when we are right, and minimum we lose when we are wrong. Okay, so now, if let's assume, this entry is, we are right, and we are going for, we have taken a trade, and we can do. So what you can do is, you can go for an additional trade. Remember, our TP is also fixed. TP and stop loss are fixed at most of the times. So our TP, we are saying, is either 53 or 48. Okay, then once, let's say we are already into this trade, and let's say the price starts to break this low, and we see the price moving lower. So see whether that 53 and 48 are a valid signal. Okay, this, it says, the chart says 55 and 52. So we are looking at somewhere 53 is somewhere here. So I think maybe 54. Okay, 54 would be a good choice. So now, how can we trade this? Is, I can go for a stop sell at 60 half, and the stop for this is 65, and TP at 55. So that means there is another $5 that is available additional, if we are right, and we are what we expect, since we already taken a trade. Okay, since we already taken a trade. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put a additional trade. Okay, additional trade. And this is, of course, I don't want to take much risk, so I'll put a sell stop at 60 half, 65 half, and 55. Okay, so here the moment once a trade is filled, okay, this is what is expected from you, or this is what is expected you can do. That means you are maximizing your effort, and you are sitting in front of the screen and you are maximizing the effort when you are doing. So now what I'll be doing is, the moment once this order is filled, this order I'll try to bring the stop to 65, and this one I'll find both these trades and see and get out the maximum from the market. So I hope you understand how we play the game. That means we have, the system is built in such a way that, okay, we have a precise entry, stop loss, and exit level. We have a precise volume, trading volume levels. We have a precise holding period levels. We have a precise stop loss and exit levels, and it's all probability, okay, we are looking at. And the rule of the game is, the rule we should be applying at all times is, okay, cut your losses short, let your profits run, okay, and do not miss any opportunity. So all this applies, especially if you really want to be in this business and you want to be successful on this. Then the other one is 67 half. Okay, 67 half. Okay, so any questions or anything you want to ask before we sign off? And we just want to play a bit of cautious. So once we move on, then we any questions? Any markets you want to discuss? So overall, I think I've very clearly explained to you what are the possibilities and what are the scenario we are looking for. So we just have to just play the game, don't get emotional. If we get stopped out, no need to panic. We go for a re-entry. We will stick to the rules, we just keep going. That's it. So day in, day out, we got to do this. The only problem is sometimes, during times of uncertainties, we got to be very careful, and we got to be very cautious. So that is the thing you need to take note. Okay, we have another 10 more minutes. Okay, we have another 10 more minutes of this strength. Then after that, I think we should see weakness if we are right. But if you are not right, if you are wrong, then possibility is, you see, like this might be the low. If this is the case, then we might see the price moving towards the next level, which is 80. Then after that, the market may come down. So both are possible at this moment. But whichever way the market moves, we'll just stick to that rules. We'll stick to the direction. So the only thing I just want to emphasize is, you go for an add-on entry only if you are able to manage the trade. Otherwise, you don't key in this trade and don't get stopped out unnecessarily. If you are able to manage it, you go for the trade. Okay, so that means how to manage. The moment once this is triggered, this stop loss has to be reduced either to cost or 63 or with a minimum stop loss. Okay, so the reason being is because we want to go for the maximum output with the same effort and same time we put in. Okay, so if you have no questions, I'll see you all again in another 3 hours time during this Europe session. And remember, there's a lot of data that is going to be out, so we just have to be careful and also pay attention to the news. Okay, anytime anything can happen or anything can trigger. So if something happens, something triggers, then we are just unlucky. We just have to keep going and just move in the right direction. Okay. Okay. So thank you. I'll see you all again in 3 hours time. Thank you. Bye.